About to try Taco Bell in India for the first time ever. I tried to explain that I wanted a black bean Crunchwrap Supreme specifically because that is my go-to order in the US, but they had trouble understanding. Also, the bread, that's the first difference I noticed. It's a lot smaller than what the bread looks like obviously in the States, and the size, but also their hot sauces look different. It's just as fire. I don't think they have all the different types of sauce like Diablo and the different levels of hot sauce packets, but let's see if these will suffice for spice level. But yeah, as I was saying, they couldn't understand me when I asked for black beans specifically, so I just asked them to add whatever veg ingredients they have, so black bean, lettuce, rice, onions. So let's taste test. Hot sauce. The beans are cooked a little bit differently, but tastes super fresh and delish. Fun fact about the mangoes in India, it's just that they're so much sweeter and just hit different. They look the same, but little do you know.
Juicy too.
Really juicy. So sweet. Tastes like a dessert. Absolutely delicious. This is a vegan salad. Needed some help in my system. This is the view from our hotel lobby in Dharamshala. We just made it here at last. It's 5:30 p.m. and it was such a long journey. It took about 10 hours to get here, but we made it safe and sound. And the breeze here is just hitting the spot, and it's also a few degrees cooler than where my grandparents live and where we're coming from, so it's ideal. The bustling streets of Dharamshala. I want to go on this so bad while I'm here in the next few days. We'll see. There are endless shops that line up the streets. Stay tuned. Lunch was served. This is a dish of vegetable chomin. Got the second lemonade soda of my trip, and this has to be my new favorite drink because I'm already in love with lemonade, and then the fact that this is like soda form is just another level. Got our lassi. What was it's a mutton enjoy. Oh my god. This is the rooftop view of our hotel. Gomba? It's a monastery. Hi friends! Absolutely nobody asked, but yesterday I went to the markets and got these two little trinkets, little gems, and I wanted to show you all. So this is 3 pairs of hoops, and I actually was on the hunt for this because I really wanted some like matching hoops in varying sizes. The one on my first like piercing, I guess, or hole here to be the largest, and then since I have 3 on each side, go from largest to smallest. So I think I did a proficient job of selecting the sizes of the hoops. The only thing that is going to be tough is that for this ear, I believe my 3rd hole is like, you can see it's visible, but then when I try to put in an earring in that hole, it barely gets in like halfway through, like it won't come all the way out to the other end. So we might have to manually exert some pressure there and force it in. But for this ear, luckily the 3rd piercing is smooth to like put on earrings. It just allows me to, it hasn't like been blocked, or which is good. But then also this was not intended, but I saw a little pile of anklets and just could not help myself. But I got 2. This one is just some round beads, it's silver. Second one just has these cool little, it's like cylinder, but then there's just like 2 circles on each one.
That's the little detail, and I just love how simple and minimal it is. I'm gonna put one on each ankle, and I think this will be my favorite little summer jewelry piece that I rock. So those are my purchases in Dharamshala so far. One of my favorite things about this city in India is just that the roads here, as chaotic and crowded as they are with vehicles and people everywhere walking around, like there's just so many shops lined up on these really narrow tiny streets, and a lot of it is hills as well, so it truly is an exercise, but there's just an endless supply of goodies and jewelry and trinkets and just anything that you're looking for. So hey friends, I am halfway through my trip in India, and I thought I would do a little update. I am currently in a hotel in this location, this area called Sopema, which is a religious and holy site, and so we've been visiting a lot of Buddhist temples and doing all those kinds of activities. There's been lots of walking, lots of climbing stairs, and you might be able to tell I look a little bit drained, I guess, but it's because I've been in the sun. It has been unbearably hot. I mean, ever since I arrived in India on the 4th of June. Also this year, for whatever reason, just the year I happen to be here, the summer is record temperatures for the heat. So they haven't seen this kind of heat in June in years. So love that for me. The only tough part about that, though, is a lot of the places we go to, so hotels that we book, such as this one, and my grandparents' home, and even restaurants, 90% of them don't have AC running, so it's just fans, which that's better than nothing, obviously, but it's still uncomfortably hot even with the fans. And I know I'm coming from a really privileged first world spoiled standpoint when I kind of complain about these things, but I think it's just teaching me and reminding me of perspective and how obviously other parts of the world, places that are not part of your day-to-day, that's not your norm, how they live their life, seeing it and experiencing it firsthand just makes you that much more appreciative and grateful and feel lucky about your own circumstances, because this is not obviously my everyday, and this is not how it's been for me since childhood. I'm just here, you know, on a trip and here to visit family. So I get to kind of come here, explore, experience, and then leave, you know, and go back to my comfort zone of AC and like nice facilities and just all that stuff. So definitely making me feel a lot more grateful in life, but doesn't take away, of course, just the unideal kind of circumstances that we are having to adjust to here. And so I think it's just all been a lesson, though. I think I've just been reminded of, I guess, the significance and how crucial it is to experience discomfort and literally get pulled out of your comfort zone, and remember that, you know, life isn't always going to be on your terms, and like there is no such thing as control, because you can't always dictate where you're going to be physically, as I am right now, and what those physical circumstances are going to bring you. And also just reminds me, my time here has been opening my eyes up to just patience and acceptance, and how those two things go hand in hand, and how that's pivotal in order to kind of, again, help with letting go of control and just releasing it. And honestly, in a way, brings you more inner peace when doing so. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Otherwise, this trip has been super eye-opening. It's been really interesting and fun to just learn about and see new places in India that I've never seen before, because I've been here many handful of times growing up. It's just been my first, and also that's another part of this where I think it's why I'm struggling a little bit more than I expected to adjust here, is because it's been over 5 years since I last visited. I last visited when I was in college. I think it was my sophomore year. And I think honestly, the older you get, the more, again, you're set in your routine, you're set in your ways of doing things and your environment, that being thrown into something completely different, whether it's a culture or just freaking Mother Nature and physical environments and facilities, it becomes a lot more of a harder adjustment. But anyways, it's been a long time since I last visited, so I think that's probably contributing to the woes of, you know, adapting. But as I was saying, overall, it's been a wholesome, eye-opening trip, because I got to see the place that my mom used to work at for years before she got married, in a city called Dharamshala. And I got to meet a lot of her former co-workers and old friends, and hear stories about their time together and how life was like before she moved to the States and had me. And then, so seeing little snippets into her past life, essentially, before marriage. So everything pre-marriage and pre-having me is just, it's just really, it made me go into a lot of reflection, just thinking about how random life really is and how it is a blessing and miracle that I'm here, and the like odds and the choices she made and just like the odds of life, the circumstances in life played out the way it did, and seeing like what and hearing about what her life was like before I came into the picture is like almost bittersweet, because you can see how joyous it was and how special the memories are to revisit for her, and to like reconnect with these old friends and old coworkers that she's met while being here. I think it just offers, like, I don't know, I'm rambling, but I just think sad in the sense that she will never, like, she kind of got taken away or like had to leave that life in order to, you know, have a family and things like that. But at the same time, happy, because again, it all led to me being here, and you know, it shaped her into the person she is today, and shaped the way in which she molded and raised me. So that's been really refreshing, to see firsthand and to think about. So yeah, I hope you all are enjoying this video so far. I'm not sure how much more content I will be posting or recording, at least, because it's already, what, the 14th or 15th, and I know I still have a couple weeks left, or almost a couple weeks left here, but I'm just going to be going back to my grandparents' house tomorrow early morning, which is like, oh my gosh, pray for me that I don't get car sick, because the driving here on these streets in India are a whole different story. Like, that's just another level of chaos. Having to navigate and manage all the people walking around inches away from the cars, and then the fact that lanes are just non-existent, or they're existent but they don't get used here the way that, you know, they should. So anywho, if I do, and like I said, I'll just be back in India, or back in my grandparents' like hometown neighborhood, and probably to escape the heat and be relieved from that, I probably won't even be going out of the house that much at all. If I do, I will continue to record some stuff. So anywho, Jaka? Хорошо, что? I am about to get on a 10+ hour taxi ride back to my grandparents' house, and in case I need it, this is going to come in so handy. I picked this up yesterday at a shop in a temple, actually. It's an essential oil, Tibetan migraine or headaches. It relieves all kinds of things. What does it say? Great for relieving dizziness, stuffy nose, nausea, drowsiness, and other related problems. Here are the ingredients. And I sniffed this and inhaled this yesterday a few times, and again, it just really cleared up any sinuses and
was super refreshing, and I think this is definitely going to be great for the nausea relief. This is not a drill. I just got my very first singing bowl and I'm psyched about it. Oh, there's some stuff in here. But I've just been practicing, you know, trying to get my sound right. And I just cannot wait to integrate this into my meditation practice.
I know you're scared, you wanna hide away sometimes. I know you hurt from everyone telling you lies. I bet you just wanna lose your mind. I know you hurt, I know you hurt. Let it out, just feel it. Let it out, cry it all out to me. When you're down, when your heart stops beating, you got me, you always got me.
No, I'm just recording it from my phone. That's the copper one. Here. Oh. Look. these are the benefits of proper bottle. Yeah. Public display of affection in temple premises is a punishable offense as per section 294 of the Indian Penal Code. These are delicious.